NASA's Mars Climate Orbiter launched in December 1998 and it was lost in September 1999 because of a single unit mismatch. One part of the software used pounds force and another one assumed it was newtons. And that tiny discrepancy caused the spacecraft to dip too low into Mars's atmosphere and it burned up. That destroyed a $327 million mission. Engineers later said that the story became lore, a textbook example of how a simple naming or conversion oversight can bring down a whole Mars mission. Because naming things is actually one of the hardest parts about programming. Now I know that might sound odd, but I'm completely serious. Naming things is genuinely one of the hardest parts of writing software. And it's also one of the biggest signals that you're growing as a developer. If you can learn how to name variables and functions and things properly, then that's a sign of growth. Take a look at this function here. This function works, it's valid TypeScript, it runs, but if I handed this to you and asked you what it did, you'd be like, what? What's D? What's x.q? Y multiplied by 1.2? What is that? A tax? A markup? Some kind of magic number? And that's the issue. Vague names like D or process items or X, they don't just save effort, they actually erase intent. And intent matters because most of your time isn't going to be spent writing code. Most of your time is actually spent reading code, deciphering it, and working out what somebody else or yourself 6 months ago actually meant when they were writing it. Now watch that same logic, but with meaningful names. Now that code actually tells a story. You can see that we're looping through a list of orders. Each order has a quantity and we're applying a markup to calculate a selling price. The logic hasn't changed here, but the signal is a lot clearer. And a future developer or future you can glance at that and instantly know what's going on. You don't need design documents, you don't need guesswork. Naming well demands deep understanding. It's not a typing problem, it's a thinking problem. When names are good, they force clarity and they make you focus on what something actually is, not just what it does. And that's the difference between code that works and code that makes sense. So next time you type data thing or handle submit click, then pause and ask yourself, what is this actually doing? A lot of people will give event handlers in something like React names just as handle click. But handle click is telling you about how it's used. It's not actually telling you what that function is doing. And once you get naming right, your code becomes a lot clearer. It also becomes more maintainable and it makes it a lot easier for everybody to collaborate with you on that code, including future you. So anyway, I'm James Charlesworth and this is Train to Code. Don't forget to check out my other videos and I'll see you in this one on your screen right here.